Afternoon. Afternoon. Last week we discussed what is Latin square. Sorry, what is a balanced incomplete block design, and we also discussed why do we call it a balanced while it is incomplete. We discussed that last week. Um, Even this part, this one is there from the notes that there's this condition. The block size is smaller than the total number of treatments. This statement is there. So last week, if I recall very well, we managed to do just the theoretical part of it. But now we're at a stage where we know how to find lambda, how to find t, how to find b, and so forth. So I prepared an example for you here that I want us to do it together. Looking at this problem, you're saying you're told that we have 4 treatments and 4 blocks, but in each treatment, with the block is appearing how many times? Block is appearing 3 times. So, and then again in each block, treatment is appearing 3 times, which means um, the number of block of R is equal to K. We know what is R, we know what is K. For those who didn't attend our class last time, go and check what is the meaning of R and K. So now, let's solve this problem. The first thing that I said we have to check is what? We must check if the problem is what? We must check if the problem is indeed a balanced incomplete block design. So the first thing that we have to do before we do any calculation, check if the question is a balanced incomplete block design. How do you do that? You must first find the value of lambda. So now um, let's copy the values down. Those who don't have the values, let's copy the values down. I want to go to the whiteboard now. So now the first thing that the question that we're answering is check if there is a difference between treatment means. So we're going to test for the treatment means, but rule number one, we don't estimate these missing values. As long as our lambda is an integer, we can see that what is needed here is to what? We have to solve this problem as a balanced BIBD. But the first thing that we have to check is to what? To find the value of lambda. So there are the values. Let me go to whiteboard now, and then let's find the value of lambda without the waste of time. If you don't know the what we're talking about, it means you didn't attend last week's class. So it is very, very important for you to revisit that class. And so our class will stop at 2 o'clock. I will teach until 2 o'clock. Because there's a group of students that I think they'll be writing a test. I don't know it's what time, but immediately, seems like immediately after our class. So let me share the whiteboard. Let me know if you are able to see what I'm about to share now. Are you seeing the whiteboard? So we're told that we have treatment, which is given by 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's supposed to wait? Myself. So please, in the meantime, find the totals for each row, for the total for this treatment, and the totals for the blocks. And then this one is 75. So what we have to do first, we must find the totals for each row and what. So the first one, the total for this one is 211, 221. The second one is 224. Correct me if I'm wrong. 207, 70. Sorry, this is wrong. 218. And for the rows, 218, 214, 216. Well, let me use a different color here because it's very, very important to what I'm about to explain. 218. Yes. Two one four, 216, 222. And then the grand total is what? The grand total is 870. So what is your n? You can, n is not equal to t multiplied by b. Because if you say t multiplied by b, you will get what? 4 treatments multiplied by 4 is 16, right? But the left-hand side, and if you count the number of observations that you have 12. So you see 12 is not equal to what? 16. So this formula does not apply. So you must use n equal to what? 12. Don't say t multiplied by b. So let's solve that one of lambda. Let's find lambda. Let's find lambda here. Oh, let me use a bigger eraser. Let's find lambda, guys. Oh, R. Oh, sorry. R is equal to 3. K is equal to 3. You know where I'm getting this information, guys. We did these things last week. And then let's adjust the treatment. So which means lambda is given by R into K minus 1 divided by what? T minus 1, which means this is what? Is 3 minus 1 divided by 4 minus 1. So it's 6 divided by 3. This is 2. So since lambda is an integer, we can adjust for the treatment. So the new formulas that will be used here is that here are the formulas that we need to understand now. Here are the formulas that we need to understand now. You must find SSTO, which is you do it the normal way, double summation of Yij squared minus y dot dot squared divided by n. Can in the meantime can you please find SSTO in the meantime? That is the formula. You just square all the values. Then the way you know it, guys, you square all the values minus 870. You divide by n. Your n is 12. We agree that that one n is 12. Can you please find SSTO for me? Can you please find SSTO? So from there, after finding SSTO, I think this data set is there in your study guide. After finding SSTO, when you adjust for the treatment, I think you're not seeing this formula for the first time. It is there. It's called SST adjusted because we're adjusting the treatment. Is given by K, the K that you know, summation of Qi squared divided by lambda of T, where you know the definition of K, you know the definition of lambda, you know the T. So K is lambda is equal to 2, T is 4, K is 3. So what is left now is for you to find the QIs. So now I want to explain what do we mean by the QIs. But the formula for QI is given by Y I dot, I will explain this formula, minus 1 over K summation of Nij Y dot J. So this is the formula to find the QIs. Not forgetting that the sum of QI is equal to 0. When you sum your QIs, you have to get 0. So what is your SSTO? Before I move to that one of the adjusted, what is your SSTO?
81, I think.
Is what, my brother?
81.
81.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So now we want to move to this one. Thank you, Shokan. I think it's Shokan.
No, it's not Shokan,
it's who?
Oh, it's Hawel.
Your surname. What is your name?
It's Rasovota.
Rasbo. Yes. Thank you very much, leadership. So because we have 4 treatments, right? Because we have 4 treatments, we must find 4 QIs. So it means we're going to have Q1, which will be given by Y1 dot. This is the sum of the first treatment minus 1 over K divide, or 1 over K N I N, let me call it N1J Y dot 1. Let me explain now. What do we mean by where Nij is equal to 1 if treatment I appears in block J and 0 otherwise. Let's understand the statement. We're saying wherever you see Nij, you will multiply that total with 1 if there is a value. Otherwise, you multiply with 0. We're referring to these values, guys. Let me explain now. Let's look at the first cell here. Now remember, our focus is on what? Our focus is on, let's say we want to find Q1. Our focus is here, leaders. The first block, right? You have what? You have the value, isn't it, Buffett? You have the value, which means you are going to say, because you need, what do we need here? We use the totals to find the Nijs. You don't use the exact values. You need these totals. So because here we have for the first block we have 73, we will say 221 multiplied by 1. The second block, because again we have a value, we'll say 224 multiplied by 1. The third block now, we don't have the value. So we'll say 207 multiplied by 0. The fourth one, 218 multiplied by what? By 1, because we have the value here. When we say where we don't have the value, like in this case, the total which is in line with that block, which is this one, will be affected. So it means when we find Q1, we'll multiply this one by 0. When you find Q1, you will multiply this 207 by 0. So let me give you a hint on what I'm talking about. Let's find Q1. Let's find Q1. What is the total for? The total for the first treatment. Let's use the formula now. Q1, sorry. Q1 is equal to, which color did I use to find Y? Oh, I used green. The total for the first Q is
218.
218. Thank you, my brother. I used the green. Someone's mic is on. 218. Now minus 1 over K. What is our K? Our K, we agreed that is 3, right? Now we're moving to the part of summation. Let's check, guys. We're saying whenever you see the value from that block, you write its total. You multiply it by 1. We're here now. We're here. So these are the totals for the blocks now. This one, this Nij, is either you replace it by 1 or 0. This Nij. So let's check. So it means here we'll write 221, 241, because we have a value here. So it means we'll write 221. We have a value here. We'll write it again 224. We don't have 207. We'll multiply with this one with 0. So it means this one will be 0. 218, we write it because we have the value there. So that's how you find what? The QIs. So the first one will be 221 multiplied by 1 plus 224 multiplied by 1 plus 7 multiplied by 0, because there is nothing there. And the last one, we have a value. We'll say 218 multiplied by 1. We close the bracket. What are you getting there? The Q value can be negative, right? The value can be negative. So you just add those totals there. So what we're having now is what? What we're having now is 218
times 1 plus times 1.
221. Oh, sorry. Uh, 221 plus 224 plus 218. This is what we are having, guys. What is the answer? Write the answer. If it's having decimals, the best thing
It's
is to write
negative
it in fraction form.
It's
what?
negative 3.
Negative 3. So we move to Q2. We do the same. Now we're focusing on the second treatment. Where are we having the value? In which column? In which treatment or block are we having the? Are we not having the value? The second row. Now we're here. We don't have the value in the first block, right? So it means this value won't write it. We'll write the other 3 because we don't have the value here. Now, and our focus now is on treatment number 2. So when you want to find the Q, you will need this total now. Because now it's the second one. The treatment total means will be this one. So if we want to write the formula will be given by if you want to write the formula, it means it will be y 2 dot minus 1 over k summation of n2 dot or 2j y dot 2, which means we'll say 214 minus 1 over 3. We don't have the value from on the first block, so we'll say 221 multiplied by 0. So we don't write there's no need for us to write that one. 224 plus 207 plus 218. Find the answer, please. If it's having decimals, write it in fraction form. Q3, apply the same logic. 216 1 over 3. The value is missing on the on the second block, so we won't write the total for the second block where there's a missing observation. And the last one, yeah.
We are saying if he is decimal, we write it to what?
You use the fractions.
Oh.
Use fractions because if you round it, you may not get 0, and then we'll start fighting that here. It's not 0. It's not 0. So we're avoiding those situations where now we start to fight because of it's not 0. We start fighting because it's not, the value is not 0. The last one, where the Q4, this one is 3, right? Sorry. The missing value is on the last block, so it's 221 plus 224 plus 207. So what are the answers, guys?
Q2, it's negative 7 over 3.
Negative 7 over 3. Q3?
Yeah, Q3 is 2 over 3.
2 over 3. Q4?
Q4 it's 14 over 3.
14.
Yeah.
So when you add, so now let's check the sum of QIs must give you 0. Let's check it. You said 14 over 3 minus 7 over 3 minus 3 plus, I think you gave me something now, 2 over 3. What are you getting? Are you getting 0?
Yes.
You're getting 0, right?
Yes, we are getting 0, sir.
So what is your Q1? Let me check. What is your Q1?
Q1
you
is
said
negative. It's
it's
negative
negative
3.
3, right?
Yes.
Q2
Q2
is
is
negative
negative
7
7
over
over 3.
3. Okay. Q3
Q3 is 2 over 3.
is 2. Okay, and Q4?
Yeah, Q4 is 14 over 3.
Okay. So now suppose it's 0. You are saying it's 0, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now let's use the formula now. You have what? You have everything that we need. Adjust the treatments. Adjust the treatments. Here is the formula. SST adjusted. SST adjusted. I said is given by lambda t, and then summation of k, summation of qi squared. So what you need, your k is 3, lambda is 2, multiplied by 4. Now let's multiply those values, the ones that you just gave me now. We said 14 over 3 squared plus negative 7 over 3. Yes? I'm listening.
What again?
22.75.
So I'm told that Q4 is not correct. Someone is saying Sitati saying Q4 is 20 out of 3. And Shokani is the guy said Rasubuta said this is 2 over 3. Someone is saying 20 out of 3.
But if isn't is 20 over 3, it means it will give us 0.
So it means another one, there's one which is wrong again. Can you please confirm Q3 if it's correct? Can you please confirm if Q3 is correct?
Okay.
I'm even Q3 is negative 4 over. Yes, I understand this. You said Rasmuta. I'm just used to Shokan because I've been calling him Shokan all this time. He decided to change his name now. So I'm told that there's one which is. So Q3 I'm told is wrong. This one I'm told is negative 4 over 3. And this one I'm told is not correct. So
But
this one is.
wait. Check your calculator that side.
Sorry?
You can also check it on your calculator, sir.
Yes. Start. Sitat, we're listening. Malepe is also getting negative 4 over 3, Rasmut. Even Muletelo is also getting negative 4 over 3. So I'm told those are the values. Can we continue? Because Sitati, even Kulufelo is giving us 2 over 3. Who's saying 2 over 3 now? Q1, I'm told, is minus 3. Q2 is minus 7 over 3. Q3 is minus 4 over 3. Q4 is 20 out of 3. That's what I wrote, isn't it, Malep? So I'm using this information that is here. So when you add this, you must get 0, right? Unless if my numbers, the ones that I wrote there, that's the ones which are misleading you. But if you know the procedure, apply the correct procedure. Maybe what is giving problems is this. Now you know how to find Q1, Q2, Q3. Use the formula. So that's what you'll find. Maybe my numbers here are the ones which are confusing the leader there. Q2, you'll get negative 7 over 3. Q3, negative 4 over 3. When you sum your Q's, you must get what? You have to get 0. So now let's move. Even these ones, it means they need to be corrected. So what is the answer here? I have 20 over 3 squared plus negative 3 plus negative 4 over 3. Is it negative or positive? It's negative plus, what is the last one? What is the last? The other one is 2 over 3, right? Negative 7
No, it's
over
negative
3
7 over 3, sir.
squared, right? You square it. So the answer will be, someone was telling us the answer. What is the answer? What is the answer for this one? Someone said 22. So, the blocks, you find them the normal way. The blocks, you find the blocks the way, the normal way. SSB equal to, use the normal formula, the one that you know. The blocks is given by summation of y dot divide by what? Minus y dot dot squared over n. What are we dividing with for the blocks?
By the treatment.
And then what is the answer?
Oh.
What is the answer for the blocks? Oh, you want the data set? Please find the answer for the blocks, because the summary is there, guys. Let me go back to the summary. What is the blocks? SSB is given by what? What are you getting, guys? Guys, what are you getting? Why are you quiet?
No, problem is that we are getting a big value here.
Thank you very much. You divide this one by k. You're getting a bigger value. What do you mean?
Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry.
So go back to the data set.
It's there in your study guide. Check it from the study guide. What is there? You cannot tell me that you don't have the study guide. We are using the same data set from the study guide. We are left with only 9 minutes. So if I have to go back to the data set, my brother won't finish. What are you having here? Malep? Why are you taking forever? Sitati, you used my formula, right? So this one is confirmed by the leader. So it's 55. So now you can find your SSE now. SSE is given by SSTO minus SST adjusted minus SSB, which is when you calculate, you'll get 3.25. So with this information, please go and complete the problem. With this information, go and complete an ANOVA table so that tomorrow, the first session, we will do the hypothesis testing. The second session, we go to chapter 6. We'll be done with chapter 4. Chapter 4 is just to know how to adjust for the treatment and for the blocks. So in a case, this one is your homework. The first homework, you complete the ANOVA table when adjusting for the block for the treatment. Now, in a case where you are adjusting, the blocks, a lambda is given by k into r minus 1 divided by b minus 1. You must first find the lambda in case when you are adjusting the blocks. And now it means SST, now it means you're not adjusting the treatment, isn't it? So it means the formula for the treatment will be summation of y minus y dot squared divided by n. In a case you are adjusting the blocks, and SS block now adjusted will be given by SSB adjusted will be given by R summation of Q I star squared divide by lambda B, because now you're adjusting for what? For the blocks. Remember, when you're adjusting for the treatment, this R will be replaced by K, the B will be replaced by T. So these two formulas are not the same. So, yes, yes, my brother. Qi star is given by y dot j, the total for the treatment is the opposite now, minus minus 1 over this one now is summation of n I j y dot yi dot, because now we're doing the opposite, divide by, so you'll go and do
So,
this. Yes,
what is the star at the top for?
is to show that this q is not the same as the other q when you're adjusting for the blocks for the treatments, just to differentiate the two. Because now if I say qi, because the other one, if I write it like this, my brother, you know that this one is for what? This one is for what, Chris? The second q is when you want to find the q's for what? You'll be guided again by the first part here. You are using the totals for what? You are using the first part is the total for the treatments. So it means here you are adjusting the treatment. But if you check the first one, so I'm just putting a star to avoid confusion. Well, some guys, they will be confused, say, no, these formulas are the same. They're not the same. Because if we have to write as ST adjusted, we'll say summation of Q I squared, here there's K, divided by lambda T. So this Q, Chris, this Q, it goes with this formula. And this Q, it goes with these two formulas. Do you notice the difference between the two formulas?
Yes, sir.
So it means for the second Q, this one, Nij, now you will define it in a different way, right? Nij, for when you're adjusting for the blocks, you will say 1 if the treatment appears in a block and 0 otherwise. So now, whatever you're going to use for when you're adjusting for the blocks, when you want to find the what? When you want to find this part, when you want to find this part, when adjusting for the blocks, you are going to use now these totals, right? Or you can do it, because we're still left with 2 minutes. Let me just show you an example. First, calculate lambda. What is our lambda? What is our lambda? Our lambda, let's do it. I said lambda is given by, for when adjusting for the blocks, I want just to give you an example. Lambda is given by k into r minus 1 divided by b minus 1. Your k is 3, your r is 3, your blocks. So we can continue with the problem because you are getting a whole number there. So if you want to find the qi star, we'll find them in this way, which implies that q1 star is given by y dot 1, which is the total for the first block, minus 1 over r bracket. Now when we go back to the data set, now we'll say, because now we're adjusting for the blocks, guys, we'll say what is the first value for the block is 221, right? So we're going to say 221. Now is the opposite. We say 221. We'll say 221 minus 1 over 3 bracket. Now, whenever you see a dash from that block, you don't write the sum of that treatment. In our case, now our focus is on the first block. We have the value on the first treatment, so we'll write 218. Second treatment, we don't have a value, so we won't include this 240. So when you want to find the first Q, we will say, when we want to find the first Q, we're going to say, when we want to find the first Q, we'll say, I'm looking for that data set. When we want to find the first Q, we'll say 221 and 218. And then the second one won't write it because there's a dash under treatment number 2. And then we'll write 216 and 222. When we want to find Q2, we don't have a value in line with treatment number 4. So for Q2, you say what? 224 minus 1 over 3, 218 plus 2414 plus 216. The fourth value won't write it because that's where we can see the what? The missing value. When you move to Q3, you do the same. The total for the second block, third block is 207, 1 over 3. We don't have the value from the first treatment, so we won't write 218. We'll say 214 plus 216 plus 222. The fourth one, we don't have the value in line with treatment number 3, so we won't write the total for treatment number 3. 1 over 3, 218 plus 214 plus 222. Whenever you sum this, you must get 0. So it means the Q's that you need to find SSB adjusted, you will need what? You will need what? You need that formula that I gave you of finding the SSB adjusted, which is given by K summation of Q I prefer writing a star there. This one we are moving from I to T, from I to divide by what? Sorry, this one I'm busy writing the formula for what? I wrote the formula for the treatment. So for this one is R divided by lambda D. Your lambda is 2, your R is 3, your B is 4. R is equal to 3, lambda is equal to 2, B is equal to 4. And then to find SST, if you're adjusting for the blocks, I indicated that now this one will be given by what? Yi dot squared divided by what? By R minus y dot squared divided by n. So please go and try that, and then we'll meet tomorrow and complete the 2 ANOVA tables. After doing that, it means we're done with chapter 4. Thank you. I'm having a meeting now at 2:30. Oh, Sibula gave us the values, guys. Sibula gave us the values of these Qs. So can someone confirm the values, please?
I get on.
So you have the Qs. So it means now you can complete. You go to the study guide. You give me the ANOVA table when adjusting the treatments, and you give me another ANOVA table when you're adjusting the blocks. So it means tomorrow we're just going to do what? We're just going to do the testing. because SSTO, it won't be affected. It's still 81. It's still 81 from both ANOVA tables. The only thing that is going to change is the values of SST and SSB adjusted, because now we're adjusting for the blocks. So please go and solve the problem. Let's meet tomorrow. We do the hypothesis testing. In the afternoon, we start chapter 6, which is our last chapter. The scripts are ready. I'm not tomorrow. I won't be in for collection of scripts. So if you want a script, please come on Thursday. I thank you. Enjoy.